I'm sure this is going to be very interesting. And you're right, Elise should not chase cats. Just like Fee shouldn't question if she can milk them. I'm never letting that go. Ugh, boys? I don't think I've seen... What? How am I supposed to read that fast? The uniform's from a military academy. My brother studied there when he was younger. Oh, isn't it the military academy? I can't read that fast. I quit. Oh my, isn't that Lady Laura? She always looks so gallant. Oh, Isn't that blonde boy Eustace, Duke Alberea's son? Do you think that boy's a foreigner? He's so tall. He's really not that tall. Oh, that redhead is so cute. The silver-haired girl looks like she needs a hug. The blonde girl seems so cultured. The girl with the glasses has such an amazing figure. Oh my gosh. I can feel their stares boring holes in my head. Did anyone say anything about Machias? I don't think they did. Did they? Pay them no mind. Maybe they did say the boy with the glasses. No, they said the girl with the glasses. We certainly do seem to be the stars of the show today. And Lara's as popular as ever. I can't say that being admired doesn't feel nice, but please don't be too hard on them. We don't have many opportunities to meet people from outside the school. You think that boy in the front is a commoner? I'm not sure, but either way, he looks so handsome. How do you think they know Elise? Actually, you're right. This is kind of uncomfortable. Auto-advancing text boxes are the devil. They really are. Are they all the same age as you, Elise? I don't know, and I don't care. Oh, because they complimented Rean. Ah, the brother con is real. Rose garden.
What's in here?
It's obviously a rose garden.
It looks like an indoor garden.
This is the Academy's rose garden. The person who called you here is waiting inside.
Who did call us here anyway?
Whoever they are, they must have considerable social standing.
Your Highness, I brought the guests. Thank you. Please show them in.
Oh.
No way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now,
Poor
if
Elise.
you'll follow me.
Chills has never seen siblings that didn't want to ship. Yeah.
I knew it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
I ironically think that Ferris and her brother have the most normal sibling relationship out of all the siblings I've met in this series.
My name is Alfin. Alfin Rice Arner. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Rice? You know what? I don't care anymore. Pronounce it however you want. Live your life. Tea time.
Come on, Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, all right?
Are you?
I was only trying to tease you a little. Don't you have something you wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead. Well, that aside, it's been a long time since I last saw both of you, Eustace and Laura. I'm glad to see you're both well.
Likewise, Your Highness.
You've become even more fetching since we last met.
Aw, thank you. I was rather hoping that you'd decide to enroll in Sanctus Dryad too. But it seems you chose to attend Thor's after all.
Well, I've committed myself to following the way of the sword, and Thor's gives me a place to hone my skills.
I think if Alfin cared more about Lara going to the school, like if she liked Lara more than she likes Elise, she would have given Estrella a military sect, or at least a martial arts major, I guess.
I apologize for not being able to live up to your expectations.
I'm sure she could make that happen.
First I lost Angelica to Thor's, then you too. Perhaps I should just transfer there next year myself.
Or you could do
Your
that.
Highness. Got you to look. But I...
Well, she seems lively.
She seems far more easygoing than I was expecting.
I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person.
So, this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming.
You think we should stop Angelica and Alfin for being in the same place at all costs? You're probably right.
I can see why people always compare her to an angel.
Me too.
Please don't worry about me. Well, I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility. I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend. Kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Alfin.
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you, Rean Schwarzer. Elise has told me so much about you.
Oh no.
Your Highness!
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she has. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Rean. Oh, it's so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are.
That's right, Rean. You keep driving home that you're her brother.
Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
Actually, I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask. Do you think I could join Elise in thinking of you as my dear brother as well?
Okay.
What?
What a weird question.
Your Highness! You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family. And now that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer. I have 2 brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
I couldn't possibly. I mean...
There is a real possibility that one of her brothers might just murder Rean.
That's enough, Your Highness. Aw, don't be so stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little.
Let's just move on.
Anyway, that aside, the reason I called you here today was not to talk with me. There is someone else who would like to meet you.
Why? It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean?
Oh no.
Hey, isn't that...
A guitar? No, a lute?
Oh, it seems he's arrived. Oh,
Hello, Gray. Welcome to stream.
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
I love you, sir, but those pants do not go with that shirt.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
I expect more from you.
And you as well, young lady. Well, I trust everyone here has been making themselves comfortable.
Who's this guy?
I'm not sure, though I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
I serve as a music instructor in the hallowed halls of this fine academic institution.
We're not going to comment on how his hair color is the same as Alfin's. None of you are going to put 2 and 2 together.
In truth, I am ever on the hunt for that elusive mayfly we call love. But that might raise eyebrows at a girls' school.
Yeah, considering they're all children. I believe it would.
But whose pulse would not quicken wandering into this untainted cloister of dew-eyed maidens? Oh, the romance.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Could he
Why?
I think that's quite enough.
Where did she get that from?
Any more of that and our guests may start edging toward the exit.
Yeah, understandably so.
Ah, I can always count on you to never miss a beat, my dear sister.
Hello, Malbrand. Welcome to stream.
Oh, wait. So this is... Whoa.
This is his outfit from Trails in the Sky. Those pants are not it, though.
Indeed.
Maybe it'll look better in Trails in the Sky.
'Tis I, Olivert Arner, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the Debaucherous Prince.
I don't know that I would call those individuals unscrupulous. I think they are very accurate in their terminology.
I also serve as Thor's Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board.
I'm glad you know that you're ornamental.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
Why does everyone wink in this universe? Communion room.
I have to admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness. I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the Imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thor's?
It's one of the two expressions the 3D models can make.
I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
No, considering how debaucherous you are, I imagine not.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you.
Is it really true, though? I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
He did make our color red, or someone did, and that is like their family's signature color. I buy it.
Indeed, I was. You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the Imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in Liberl 2 years ago.
You were in Liberl back then?
That would put your visit during the incident that occurred there, correct?
Right. All I've done since I returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl. As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion.
Where's your bodyguard? I remember really liking that guy.
One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's Military Academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Yes, the idea was mine. Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the reasoning behind Class 7, and why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
To show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions. That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes. However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts. Not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
We're doing fine.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that.
Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it. Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision. Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the classes run day to day. Even so, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this.
And how exactly did you rope Sarah into this?
That was when Alfin stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
I see. Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother. But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to. Your Highness!
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness. I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7.
Only Emma and Eustace in their casual clothes. Everyone from the last field study is still in their casual clothes because the game wouldn't let me change them back once they were no longer in my party.
Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist just to fulfill your progressive ideal?
What do you...
So for now, we live with it.
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors besides. My older brother Rufus, Imperial Governor Carl Regnitz, and Irina Reinford of the Reinford Group.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you mention it.
They do seem to have certain expectations for us.
Precisely. As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors. As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide. And while Chairman Irina is mostly involved with Class 7's technology, like the Arcus, her intentions are a mystery to me. And it's those 3 who decide where you'll travel for your field studies.
Is that right?
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country. Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. But that's just me. Don't feel too pressured by it. You're students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth count.
Please stop winking at me.
You know, it's weird, but hearing you say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the Class 7 would be a great light. Is there someone else involved with Thor's who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke. I once attended Thor's myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
I see.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the Academy.
While he has no direct control over the running of the Academy, he does preside over the board meetings. And above all, he's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
An excellent team, you say?
Oh, Principal Van Dyke is the one that roped Sarah into this?
Are you referring to Instructor Sarah?
Well, she's certainly one of them. Still, coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class 7 a great foundation. She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Wait, what?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebonia?
Exactly what experience might you be referring to?
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself. She was known as the Purple Lightning. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Wait. Purple Lightning?
I knew it.
If you 2 have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right. Though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's most famous bracers.
Bracer. I see.
She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest Bracer to achieve A-rank status. Back then, she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
She is female Kakashi. Save my game. Continue. Thanks for seeing us out. I never would have guessed you were friends with Princess Alfin of all people. I wish I knew how much of what she said was genuine. Hey, Elise? Thank you for taking the time to come here today. Take care on your way back to your lodgings. We will, thank you. Thanks for showing us around. Good night. Good night, everyone. Wait. Don't worry. I can kind of understand where she's coming from. I doubt anyone could have guessed that Her Highness would extend such a bold invitation to you. I'm not sure how that's my fault.